Now let's proceed with question number 16. This is a very short answer type question. It states the ratio of the length of the vertical rod and the length of its shadow is 1:√3. Find the angle of elevation of the sun at that moment. So this is a question related to heights and distances, that is application of trigonometry. Here, very first let's consider that the length of the vertical rod is h and length of its shadow is x. So here I am considering AB as the rod of length h and BC is its shadow x. We need to obtain the angle of elevation of sun at that moment. I am considering it to be theta. So let's apply here trigonometry. So I can further write in triangle ABC, tan theta will be equal to perpendicular upon base, that is AB upon BC in this case, which is h upon x, and it has been already given in this question that ratio of the length of the rod and its shadow is 1:√3. So I get here tan theta is equal to 1/√3, where tan 30 degrees is equal to 1/√3. Further, it can be written as tan theta is equal to tan 30 degrees, and then on comparing the angles on both the side, we obtain that theta is equal to 30 degrees. Now we have obtained that theta is equal to 30 degrees. This theta represents the angle of elevation of sun at that moment. So further I need to write, thus the angle of elevation, of sun at that moment is 30 degrees. So this is the required answer for this question. So this is a 1 marker question. Well, you will find on generating this equation tan theta equal to 1/√3. Till this step you will get half marks, and when you will finally obtain that theta is equal to 30 degrees, that is the angle of elevation of sun at that moment is 30 degrees, you will obtain rest half marks, which makes total 1 mark for this question. Now proceed ahead to our next question. Here we have question number 17, which states two cones have their heights in the ratio 1:3 and radii in the ratio 3:1. What is the ratio of their volumes? So this is a question related to surface area and volumes. Very first, let's consider that here we are talking about two cones. Let the height of the two cones be h and 3h, because according to the question their heights are in the ratio 1:3. So I am considering their height to be h and 3h. Next, let their radii be in the ratio 3:1. According to this question, I am considering their radii be 3r and r respectively. According to this condition, further we will obtain ratio of their volume. So next you can write ratio of volume of two cones will be given by ratio of their volume, where the volume of cone has the formula 1/3 pi r square h. So this is 1/3 pi, radius of the first cone is 3r, so this is 3r square into its height, which is h, upon I have here this another cone having the radii as r, so this is pi r square into height, which is 3h. Let's simplify this and obtain the rest of the values. When you will simplify, you will get that pi by 3 gets cancelled, here h gets cancelled, and here r square will also get cancelled. Moreover, here 3 square gives you 9, and in the denominator you have 3. 9/3, this reduces to the value equal to 3/1. That means the required ratio is here 3:1. So ratio of the volume of the two cones is 3:1. So this is the required final answer for this question. So till this step where you consider the radii and the heights as h, 3h and 3r and r, you will get half marks, and for finding out the final ratio you will get the rest half marks, which gives you total half plus half 1 mark for this question. Now let's proceed ahead. Here I have question number 18. This is related to probability. It states a letter of English alphabet is chosen at random. What is the probability that the chosen letter is a consonant? So here we are talking about English alphabets, and you are well aware that we have total 26 English alphabets. So this is your required sample space. So this is the sample space having all the 26 alphabets. So in this case, we are talking about the vowel. So when you talk about the vowels, the collection of the vowel will contain A, E, I, O, U. So we have 26 alphabets and 5 vowels. So remaining are consonants. So I can clearly write here that remaining are consonants. So the number of consonants in this case will be 26 minus 5, that is 21. So if one alphabet is chosen at random, then further I can write the probability of getting a consonant is clearly number of consonants upon total number of English alphabet. This is 21 upon 26. The required answer for this question. The correct answer for this question is 21 upon 26. You will get complete 1 mark for this question. Now let's proceed ahead to question number 19. Here I have question number 19. This is also related to probability, and you can clearly observe we have choice in this question. You can opt for solving any of these choices. In the first choice, it has been mentioned that a die is thrown. What is the probability of getting a number less than 3 appearing on that die? And in the second choice, it has been provided if the probability of winning a game is 0.07, what is the probability of losing it? So let's solve the first choice of this question. As you are well aware, when a die is thrown at random, you can get 6 possible outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the total number of possible outcomes is 6. And in this case, when we talk about getting a number less than 3, only 2 possible outcomes will be there in that case. And those favorable outcomes will be 1 and 2. So in this case, when I consider the sample space will contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the possible outcomes. And here, event of getting a number less than 3. Getting a number less than 3 contains only 2 possible outcomes, that is 1 and 2. So here the favorable outcomes are 1 and 2. So I can next write that probability of getting a number less than 3 this is given by number of favorable outcomes upon total number of possible outcomes. This is 2 upon 6, which simplifies to the value 1 upon 3. So here we get the required answer for this question as 1 upon 3. So you have here the probability as 1 upon 3. And for solving this question, you are going to get complete 1 mark for this question. Now let's proceed to the second choice provided in the same question. Here in this choice, it has been mentioned the probability of winning a game is 0.07. What is the probability of losing it? You know that the probability of winning is given as 0.07. Then probability of losing needs to be obtained. So we know that probability of winning plus probability of losing is equal to 1. Why so? Because these two are complementary events. So here I get 0.07 plus probability of losing the game equal to 1. And you can simplify this to get here the required probability of losing the game. This is equal to 0.93. So here we get the required answer for this question as 0.93. So for answering this question as 0.93, you will get complete 1 marks for this question. I hope it's clear to you. Now let's proceed to question number 20. Here I have question number 20 related to the chapter of statistics. It states, if the mean of the first n natural number is 15, then find n. So here in this question we are talking about n natural numbers, and you are well aware that the formula to obtain sum of n natural number is given by sigma n, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. So this is the formula to obtain sum, and mean is equal to sum of all numbers upon number of all numbers. So in this case, mean will be equal to sigma n upon n, and it has been given that mean is equal to 15. So we can put here the value of sigma n, that is n into n plus 1 whole by 2 whole upon n, because number of numbers involved here is n. So you can observe here n gets cancelled, and here I am left out with n plus 1 upon 2 equal to 15. You can write back this equation and simplify it. That results n plus 1 equal to 15 into 2, 30. And on further simplification, it results here n is equal to 30 minus 1, 29. That means here we have obtained the required value of n. N is 29 in this case. And you are going to get complete 1 mark for answering this question right. So here we are done with this section. So this is the end of section A, which contains 1 marker question. Now let's proceed to section B, which contains 2 marker questions.